How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Dr. Anthony Fauci's emails that have been released to the general public. Now, these emails start right around March, April of 2020 when the virus first popped in America. I'm sure it had been here before March and April, but that's when everything really became mainstream. That's when all the lockdowns and slow the spread and all that stuff happened right around that time, and that's when Anthony Fauci rose to prominence in the U.S. Now, I said the key word there, released. I didn't say hacked or stolen or anything like that. This is not Russia hacking some server, finding the emails, putting them out to the public. This ain't WikiLeaks or nothing like that. This ain't Project Veritas. Nothing against them, but this ain't that. These emails are released through FOIA, which is the Freedom of Information Act. It's 100% legal. It's official. I've read quite a few of the emails, but not all 3,200. But if you want to read all the emails or just to, check what I'm saying, if you want to fact check me, a link to all the emails will be in the description box. It's one file, it's a PDF, and all my videos, I write a brief description in the description box. And at the end of the brief description, I say, hey, continue, read more sources. Click that link right there. It'll take you straight to the article. And in the body of the article, there'll be a green highlighted section. Click right there for all the emails. Now, this is still developing. Like I said, I've not read all 3,200 emails, but we've been able to get a nice picture of what's happening thus far. Now, the first thing, which is the most obvious thing, is the whole thing about masks. Right in February 2020, Fauci was saying that the masks really don't work that well. Your typical store-bought fabric mask is not really going to work that well. It may block a droplet or two, but it won't give you perfect protection. Now, this shouldn't really be news to anybody because he said this on TV back then in March 2020 on 60 Minutes, CBS. He said it right there for the whole world to hear. But now all of a sudden he wants to say that you got to wear a mask. Now, there's a bunch of emails in there that were talking about people should wear a mask and you shouldn't tell the public to not wear a mask. I think there was a guy from China talking about it's irresponsible to tell the public to not wear a mask. Matter of fact, there was this guy, I think he was trying to console some Chinese guy. Not really sure who he is. Like I said, this just came out, so I don't know all the individual particulars of everything quite yet. But I'll place that on the screen and also in the box. Again, a link for all the emails to be in the box. But the guy was talking to foreign media, and the foreign media said that he said that you shouldn't, it's not right to tell people to not wear a mask or something like that. And then the guys in the email, the Fauci talking about, I wouldn't say nothing like that. I wouldn't do you like that. It sounds kind of phony to me. Now, I'm not really sure if Fauci took it that way as a guy being phony. I don't really know. But it was weird. He was like, we're going to fight this together. We're going to get the virus out of the earth. It was just kind of strange. But either way it goes, this whole ordeal about masks was a problem. Some people said that he shouldn't have said what he said in the beginning. And I think that he wanted to stick with what he said in the beginning because that was truthful. That was honest. What he said from the start back in March of 2020 on television in February in the email was most likely the best thing to say, that the masks aren't really working that well, but it'll make you feel better, and that's why people are wearing it. That's kind of what's going on right now. All right, but we'll move right along. There's also this whole thing about gain-of-function research, and there's some emails about that, but what the gain-of-function research is, to give you a brief rundown, and I'm no scientist, I'm no Albert Einstein or anybody like that, so if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but gain-of-function research when it comes to viruses is when you have labs or whatever, they experiment with virus variations that are stronger, more powerful, more potent, or just different in an effort of trying to protect the public from them. They might want to develop vaccinations. I'm not really sure what the purpose of doing that is, but the gain-of-function research happened in the Wuhan lab. Now, the Wuhan lab was originally rumored to be where the virus started. I'll get to that in a moment. But the gain-of-function research in China was funded indirectly by the U.S. This is where Rand Paul steps in. Rand Paul was right, because Rand Paul was grilling Anthony Fauci saying, hey, didn't you guys fund a gain-of-function research over in China and the Wuhan lab? And isn't that where the virus really originated? And if it's not where the virus came from, can we say that with 100% certainty? Can we get down to the bottom of that? And Fauci was denying it, talking about, oh, no, we didn't directly fund them. We didn't do that. We didn't go give our money to Wuhan and have them do that. But here's what happened. The NIH or whatever gave money to an quote unquote independent company. And then that company gave money to Wuhan for gain-of-function research. So it's a degree of separation. What Fauci is saying could be correct as far as a direct payment transfer, but he's not giving you the full story, because A went to B, then to C, rather than just A to C. That's what's going on, and that's a problem. And Fauci was worried about that in the emails. He was worried about gain-of-function research in the very beginning, trying to figure out, okay, did this come from the lab? That was his suspicion. It makes sense. If you have coronavirus research happening right there in Wuhan at the lab, and that's not up for debate, we all know that if the research is happening right there at the lab, why would you say, oh, it came from a bat in the wet market? It makes no sense. What makes the most sense is that the virus escaped the lab and they got the whole world sick. That is what makes sense. And for a while, I didn't even really realize, but for a while, that was not really seen as a plausible scenario. I thought it was kind of fake. Facebook is even suppressing anybody that said something like that. I'm like, how is that not common knowledge at this particular point? We all knew that there was some research happening at the Wuhan lab. So why wouldn't that be a possible origination? Why would you just accept that it came from a bat to a human and passed on? It makes no sense at all. It's weird. And speaking of weird, there's some weird emails in here. People are just kind of strange sometimes. There was one email where they were doing a scandemic disease, like a bracket, like March Madness. And I'll place that on the screen before you. Yes, that's real. If you go to the link in the box, you can find it for yourself. I think it's on page like between 1400 and 1420, right around there. Start at 1400 and scroll and you'll find it. So this is just really strange if you see it and Fauci has his name on it. Why would you do that? What's the purpose in doing something like that? Is that funny? Is that cool? Okay, I probably missed a joke right there, but there's a lot of weird things happening. But like I said, this is still kind of, we're still learning more about this. But what I also heard today, before I close on up here, is that they may go ahead and fire Fauci. Allegedly, a quote unquote unnamed official, little birdie in the White House, says that Fauci may be planning his exit out. Okay, that could be what's going on. Also, in the emails, he was saying that he was quote unquote uncomfortable with the attention he was getting. So he didn't like being the leftist icon, which he has become. In my humble opinion, that's the only reason why he has not been fired as of yet. Fauci was in as a mode when Trump was in office, because he will always go and do these press conferences, contradicting Trump, saying that he's wrong, all this and that. It was kind of an adversarial relationship. He go out there with Trump, making all kind of faces. People looked at him as the anti-Trump within the Trump administration. But now he has no more use. I mean, they got the vaccine thanks to Trump. People are saying that the mask ain't really a thing. So what's the point in having Anthony Fauci on board? What's the purpose? Some of these emails look kind of sketchy, gain-of-function research, and you said that the mask didn't work. Okay, so what's the point in us having you? It's just like what Yuri Bezmenov said, useful idiots. They think they're going to be the ones that rise to the top. They're going to be the leaders. They're going to be the ones that control whatever's going on. But they'll be the first ones done away with, keeping it PG rated. If you want to see Yuri Bezmenov, please look him up. I say this over and over again on my live shows and other videos, but YURIBEZMENOV, Yuri Bezmenov, former KGB. He talks about everything. Useful idiots, no longer having a purpose. And I think Anthony Fauci is right there in that category. No more purpose. So they may go ahead and fire him, or he may go ahead and resign, quote unquote. oh, the worst is behind us. I can go ahead and just, hang out with my grandchildren. He might do something like that. But really, they want to fire him. But they don't want to fire him outright, because if they did that, then that'll make them look bad. It's really crazy what's going on here, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Are you surprised at anything that you've heard thus far about Anthony Fauci in these emails? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or are you not surprised like me? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Have you read the emails? Have you seen any of the emails? Have I missed anything? We'll probably talk more about this on the show tonight. We'll probably talk more about it in upcoming videos. But have I missed anything? You guys pretty much know where I'm at. You guys pretty much know where I think. I think Anthony Fauci has been a fraud from the beginning. And I don't see his purpose anymore. He's been wrong over and over. Either self-admitted or just wrong because he's lying for political reasons. We've caught him in lies before, talking about with the whole mask thing. And people asked him, hey, why'd you say from the beginning don't wear a mask? He was like, oh, well, I didn't want there to be a run on the mask. But in the emails, he was saying it's not even going to work. So which one is it? Is it not going to work, or is it going to be run on the mask? Were the emails fake? What did you like? Where's the truth and where's the lie? Where does the truth, the unadulterated, unmitigated truth, where does that start? And where do your political lies and all that kind of stuff start? And where does it end? Is it all kind of mixed together? You give a little bit of truth here, a little bit of lie there, mix it together, and you got Mountain Dew or something like that? What are we really doing? Anthony Fauci should have been fired for a while. Trump said he would have fired him, but it would have caused a bigger problem than leaving him on. So I think he's pretty much done. He's outlived his purpose. Useful idiot, no longer needed. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.